We are very much honored to have with us the Chairman Nahdlatul Ulama, Mr. Ulil Abshar Abdullah. We are very honored to have with us Acting Ambassador of Indonesia, Rahmat Hindayarta. We are very honored to have with us former Ambassador of Pakistan, Ambassador Tariq Usman Haider Sahib. He served as the Additional Secretary for United Nations and Economic Coordination in the Foreign Office. We are very honored to have with us Dr. Qibla Ayaz Sahib. He is ad hoc member Shariat Appellate Bench and he also served as chairman of Islamic Ideology Council. He is also the former vice chancellor of University of Peshawar. And we also have a speaker, former Federal Minister of Law and Justice, Mr. Amr Bilal Sufi is on the way and within few minutes he will be with us. Ladies and gentlemen, before having the insightful discussion of the panelists of today's seminar, on behalf of our chairman, His Excellency Sahibzada Sultan Ahmed Ali, I would like to present a very brief note of welcoming note from my chairman. Islamic teachings emphasizes the welfare of the society rather than the forms or procedure of the governance. We must bear in mind that all four rightly guided caliphs were selected through different procedures, and this process accept the different ways of governance as per the need of the society. In Islamic teachings, the objective of the governance have clearly defined and they are based on Islamic injunctions, Islamic rules of law, and also obey the Islamic tenets as well. Ladies and gentlemen, in Islamic societies, Islam does not allow representatives to constitute anti-Islamic policies that contradict with Islamic values and teachings. However, in some circumstances, Islam allows the rulers to give concessions on some basic rules, but these concessions cannot be given in normal conditions. Ladies and gentlemen, Islamic Republic of Pakistan was founded on spiritual principles of Islam, which serve as the unifying force for its diverse culture in Pakistan, diverse tribes, diverse castes, diverse ethnicities, and creating a cohesive nation state. I have had one underlying principle in mind, the principle of Muslim democracy. It is my belief that our salvation lies in following the golden rules of conduct set for us by our Prophet of Islam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let us lay the foundations of our democracy on the basis of truly Islamic ideals and spiritual principles. Our Almighty has taught us that our decisions in the affairs of state shall be guided by discussions and consultations, unquote. Allama Iqbal criticized the mere process of democracy without implementing it in letter and spirit. And Iqbal says, Jalale Padshahi ho, ye jamhuri tamasha ho, juda ho di siyasat se to reh jati hai changezi. Statecraft, divorced from faith, to reign of terror lead, though it be a monarch's rule or commoner's show. Ladies and gentlemen, with regard to debate in international arena, we have to take into account the epistemological aspects, and within very short time, I would give just few examples. For example, there is a noticeable difference in the connotations of the terms expats and immigrants. The term immigrants often carries a negative connotation, and it is typically used to refer the non-white individuals moving into predominantly Western countries. And in contrast, expats is used for Western individuals moving into predominantly non-white countries. Similarly, terms such as first world versus third world, developed versus underdeveloped, reflect these biased perspectives. These epistemological bases and habits are deeply rooted in the supremacist assumptions of influential Western philosophers like Kant and Hegel, who regarded white Europeans as the pinnacle of humanity and non-white peoples as backward or uncivilized. These are the same philosophical thoughts that gave birth to ideas of democracy and liberalism. And you know very well, after all, the Kant is considered as the father of liberalism. It is very important, ladies and gentlemen, to consider the epistemologies of the concept that we often force to use and to adopt. We Muslims have our own rich history that is based on the single common denominator of Islam. We must not forget this common denominator and the fact that it is here where all the answers to our challenges, all the obstacles lies in our life can be solved, and it is solution to the ills of our nation state. That is why Allama Muhammad Iqbal emphasized on establishing democratic model based on principles of Islam. And Iqbal says, अपनी मिल्लत पर कयास अक़वाम मगरिब से न कर, खास है तरकीब में कौमे रसूल हाशमी. Judge not your nation on the criteria of Western nations. Special in composition is the Hashmi's prophet's nation. Ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to a very stimulating discussion in this seminar today by our worthy panelists and dignitaries, and hope that we can learn from each other's perspective and we can learn from each other's ideas and utilize the information in our respective nation states. Thank you.